These are every single model of Simms Stockingfoot waders, and today I'm gonna review them all. Well, review might be a little bit of an overstatement. This is gonna be more of an overview video where I'm gonna give you some facts and features to help you decide which is the right wader for you. If you're looking for an in-depth review where I wear those waders, we've got some of those reviews and more coming out. So do make sure you subscribe if that's what you're looking for, but this is probably not the video for you. So if you're looking to buy a Simms wader, but you're not quite sure which model is the right one for you, this video is hopefully gonna help you out by taking you through all the features in detail to help you make the right decision for your next pair of Simms. And now let's get started. So starting with the least expensive wader in the Simms lineup, this is the Tributary. The Tributary is gonna be the most basic wader, as you might expect. It's got a waterproof polyester fabric. And I'm not sure what Toray and Gore-Tex are made of, but it must not be polyester because they've decided to point it out here. On the plus side, you're getting a 3-layer top, 4-layer bottom, so there is some durability, though having not actually worn these, I can't tell you how durable they actually are. From a quick feel though, I would say they don't feel as durable as sort of that Toray fabric that's gonna be the next level up. Again, this Tributary is gonna be a basic wader. It's got very few features. So we've got these fleece-lined pockets, so you can still warm your hands. And then you've got the classic Simms fly patch Velcro here. And then you've got one other pocket to stash things. The suspender here is gonna be pretty standard for Simms. Really not a lot to talk about there. And it does come with gravel guards. So if you're a fan of the Simms brand and you're looking for some entry-level waders, this one comes in at about $230. It's also available in women's sizes, and in fact, they even make a kids Tributary. So if you want to get into a pair of Simms and you don't want to spend a lot of money, Tributary is the way to do it. Up next is going to be the Simms Freestone Pant. And while not a full wader, as you can see, this is the next step up in terms of price points. This one comes in around $330, so about $100 more expensive than that Tributary. And if you're wondering when one might ever wear a pant, I think they're a great option if you're in a drift boat and it's a little bit warmer out, or if you're fishing really cold water but it's hot out. Pants can be really, really useful. Of course, if it's cold or you want to wade deep, you're gonna want to have a chest wader. That said, for a long time, you couldn't really get an entry-level pant from Simms. So that's where the Freestone comes in. So if most of your fishing is in a G3, but sometimes you need something that's a little bit shorter, I think this is a really great option. Overall, there's not a lot to talk about here. It is a 4-layer Toray fabric throughout the wader. It's gonna be reasonably durable, though I'm personally a Gore-Tex guy and haven't tested it. We haven't heard a lot of complaints about the Toray fabric. And being a 4-layer, it should be reasonably puncture resistant throughout. You've got pockets, though they're not zippered, so if you stick anything in there, you're gonna wanna make sure that you're careful. And certainly if you're gonna be sitting down, standing up a lot, things might fall out. It also has a zipper, but because it doesn't actually go into the inside, it's actually kind of an odd, useless zipper. But I guess it does make them easier to put on and take off. You've also got some attachment points here in front where you can clip a carabiner or something like that. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is the gravel guards. These Freestone pants have the latest and greatest gravel guards from Simms, and in fact, they are the very same gravel guards that you're gonna get on the top of the line G4Z. And they've done away with the clip, which I've always hated. Overall, at $330, I think this represents a pretty good value if you're looking for something that's a little bit shorter than your traditional chest wader. Up next is the Freestone Stockingfoot. And this is the full chest version of the pants that we just talked about. And they've got a few more features than the lower priced Tributary. Starting up top, you'll notice that we've got a few more attachment points here. On the inside, they've added a nice pocket here. It's great for your cell phone, anything that you want to keep dry or dry until you fall in the river. And they've added a nicer mesh here. In addition to that, this Freestone is entirely made of that 4-layer Toray, And it is definitely a more durable feeling material than that polyester that we saw in the Tributary. I also really like that they've done this in a blue color. If you are tired of the standard brown olive wader, this gives you another option. In terms of the suspender, you're gonna see mostly the same thing you saw in the Tributary, so nothing to really talk about there. And last but not least, you are getting those awesome gravel guards that we just talked about. So pretty much like you'd expect, this is the Stockingfoot version of that Freestone Pant. And overall, this is definitely a step into Sim's durable wader line. And if you're gonna fish them hard, this is probably where I would start. And for the ladies out there, this is available in women's sizes as well. If you like that Freestone, but you want something with a zipper, which frankly, I would highly recommend, Sims has come out with the Freestone Z for zipper. And this wader is gonna be pretty much identical to that Freestone, with the exception of this, which is a T-zip zipper right down the front. Some people think it's just for ease of access while you're fishing. I think that the zipper is really fantastic for getting these waders on and off. It just makes life much, much easier. And other than the $100 price upgrade, there's really no downsides to the zipper, in my opinion. Yes, it is a little bit less streamlined. It also does take away some of the storage, but I'm not a guy who likes to use wader storage anyway. Of course, we've lost that inside pocket, but we've kept all of these front attachment points and in fact gained a second pocket on the other side of the zipper for front storage. It does have those nice fleece lined pockets and is made of that same 4-layer Toray fabric. So this is gonna be a very durable wader with that zipper at a very reasonable price point. If you're not quite ready to step up to that G4Z, this is gonna be your best zippered option from Sims. Next up is gonna be the Guide Classic Wader, which retails for $549. Though, at the time of filming, this wader is actually being discontinued and is in fact on sale pretty much everywhere for less than that Freestone Z. If I were to summarize the Guide Classic in one sentence, is that this is a Tributary wader with Gore-Tex that's made in the USA. So if you're looking for Gore-Tex material, and this has a 3-layer fabric throughout, though it is reinforced on the bottom here. I'm not sure what that really means. If they're not adding a layer, how is it reinforced? But perhaps it's a thicker layer. Overall, you're getting a very basic, quote unquote, classic wader that's made from really top-notch materials. And while this camo doesn't feel all that classic to me, this does have a lot of classic features, like these gravel guards with a clip that I always hated. It also has the old school stocking feet there, which are great, but definitely not as sort of well designed as you're gonna see on the G3s and G4Zs. The Guide Classic also is gonna be available in a wide range of sizes, so anywhere from a small to a XXL, as well as those long and short sizes that those entry-level Tributaries aren't going to be available in 100% of them. And that's the Guide Classic in a nutshell, a simple wader with Gore-Tex made in the USA. This review is brought to you by Trident Travel, which is our new destination travel service where you'll get our expert advice, planning, and guidance at no additional cost. That means no credit card fees, no booking fees, and for a limited time, you'll even earn Trident rewards on your travel bookings. So with every trip you book, you'll be earning valuable points that you can use towards free tackle here at Trident. Recently, we've had some clients go on some absolutely fantastic trips like permit fishing in Belize, Atlantic salmon fishing in New Brunswick, and trout fishing in Alaska. So if you're thinking about taking a fly fishing trip, Trident Travel is the way to do it. We've got a ton of great destinations, excellent service, and even more destinations being added every month. Check us out at tridentflyfishing.com/travel. Up next is going to be the Confluence wader. And this is, in my opinion, Sims's most interesting wader. When this came out, this was a vast departure from the standard Sims wader. This has, most notably, knee pads. And while Patagonia has been doing that for a long time, this is the first Sims wader to do it, or at least the first in a really long time. The Confluence wader is designed to be fully featured and extra durable. So if you're the type of guy who is hopping on rocks all day long, this is gonna be the wader for you. It's got the durable 4-layer Toray fabric on top and a quote-unquote proprietary 4-layer fabric on the bottom. I can tell you that the bottom 4-layer fabric feels a lot like the Gore-Tex on the G4Zs. Clearly it's not, otherwise they would have mentioned it, or at least I think they would have, but it is a very comfortable feeling material, and it's definitely much more flexible than this Toray up top. As I've mentioned, we've got these reinforced knee pads here, and these are just gonna be a really great feature for those of you who are getting down on one knee in those technical situations, or like I said, if you're climbing all over rocks, this is just gonna be a more durable option than a Gore-Tex fabric. And of course, they've got the same top-of-the-line gravel guards on the Confluence that you'll see on the G4Z, and frankly, even on the Tributary. Another thing you're gonna notice is that there are multiple attachment points on this Confluence wader. You can stick and pin all kinds of things to the front of this wader. I personally hate doing that because anything that's in front ends up getting caught on something and ends up in the water. But if you like that, it's here. They've also got zippered pockets into this hand warmer, which is nice if you like to store things in there. And they've added a water resistant zipper to this front pocket, which I find a little bit odd because it goes into this mesh, which is definitely not water resistant, but it's a cooler looking zipper, I guess. We've also now added back this interior pocket, and this is a more full featured interior pocket than we saw in the Freestone. So you're gonna be able to hang more things, fit more in it. Overall, a better, more useful pocket. And like I said, we've got different attachment options here. So if you wanna use a carabiner, you've got that option as well. And the Confluence also receives an upgrade to the suspender. So while the sort of basic parts are mostly the same as the rest of the lineup so far, they've added this sort of underlayer here, and that's going to give you a little bit more comfort, spread out that weight a little bit more, and I think more importantly, adds some better docking points for nets. You'll be able to stick a net through the back there. Again, I think that's a little bit silly unless you're a guide, but it is an option on these waders. The Confluence is priced at just a hair under $600. This is gonna be the wader for extreme conditions. If you're not ready to step up to the G4Z, but you want something that's really, really durable, this is gonna be it. Simms at present no longer makes a G4 Pro wader, and I think this mostly takes the place of that at a lower price point. Who doesn't like that? And now we're starting to get into some truly top-of-the-line waders. And that starts with the G3 Guide Pant. So like we already mentioned with the Freestone Pant, this is a pant. Unlike the Freestone, these do not have pockets because, let's face it, pockets are not that useful on wading pants. What they have done here is used the 3-layer Gore-Tex Pro Shell, the top-of-the-line Gore-Tex up top, and then reinforced 4-layer Pro Shell on the bottom. So you're getting an extremely durable wader. In fact, these are the same fabrics that are in the G3 Guide chest wader and the G4Z, just in a shorter option. We've also got those very same gravel guards that we really like and standard stocking feet. The other main difference between this pant and the Freestone Pant is that this has a waterproof zipper. So rather than a zipper that zips into more waterproof fabric, it really only serves the purpose of holding your pants up. This one has a zipper that you can actually use. I find that pretty nice. And frankly, I think they should have included that even on the cheaper model. These G3 Guide pants retail for $600, which is about the same price as the Confluence wader. So if you're looking for a made in the USA Gore-Tex bulletproof pant, this is the one for you. Up next, we're getting into the true classics of the Simms lineup, and this is the G3 Guide. If there's a wader that made Simms famous for waders, it is this one. And this is the latest iteration in what is a long line of really high performing and really durable waders. As you'd expect, these are made in the USA of the top of the line Gore-Tex Pro Shell materials. Like the pants, we've got 3-layer up top, 4-layer on the bottom. It's gonna be a really durable wader. And we've also got some carryover features from the Confluence. So Up top here, you'll notice it's got the same suspension system as the Confluence. You've got a place to hang your net or stick it behind you if that's what you like to do. We've also got that same really bigger, better interior pocket here. It's great for stashing tippet, phones, things like that. They've also added a side pocket to the Wader, which is a little bit of an odd choice to me because I don't necessarily want things hanging on my side, but it is there if you're looking for more waterproof interior storage, although it's only waterproof until you fall in the river. Then on the outside, we've got a Wader that pretty much looks like all of the G3 guides. You've got the standard zippered hand warmer pockets with a nice mesh front here. There's a lot of storage if you like to use it on this Wader. And we've got the G3 logo on the Velcro patch for your Sims fly patch. All in all, these are a fantastic Wader, and as long as you don't need a zipper, these are gonna be about as good as it gets. Unfortunately, the price has also risen to match that, and these now cost $700. Fortunately though, Sims has got a really great warranty, so it's 60 days, no questions asked replacement, and a 365-day free repair. So while they are expensive, you do get some value for your money there, and that's gonna be the same warranty on all of their made in the USA waders. On one note, before we talk about the G4Z, I would say that the G3 guides are probably our most popular wader model. We probably sell more of these than any other wader. They've just been a fantastic option throughout the years. And the G3 guide is also available in women's sizes as well. And last but not least is the Mac Daddy, the king of all waders, the Sims G4Z. And these are in fact the waders that I use and fish with. And frankly, if you're interested in these, you owe it to yourself to watch our full review on these waders where I go into way more depth than I'm gonna go into right here. And eventually, I'm hoping to have more in-depth reviews on all of the Sims waders. But you'll notice that these waders are entirely different from any other wader in the lineup. They've got a totally different suspension system. We've got straps on the back for the net. This is a super comfortable system. And in fact, it adjusts totally differently using these cam locks here. And of course, this comes with a zipper. And in fact, this uses a YKK zipper, which is the best waterproof zipper in the world. It's the same one they use on dry suits that are in life or death situations. They've also upgraded the belt loops, and in fact the belt, which we're not showing right now, is vastly upgraded over even that G3 guide. You've got two interior waterproof pockets. Not really sure why they needed to be waterproof, but they are. And lots of storage up front as well. Frankly, the front storage is not that different from those Freestone Zs, but it does look a little different and has more reinforcements. Then, of course, we've got the same materials that we had in the G3 guide. We've got that 3-layer pro shell up top and 4-layer pro shell down at the bottom. And the same gravel guards that we've seen throughout the lineup that are great, but these stocking feet are in fact a little bit different than the rest of the Sims lineup. They've got more padding here, and what that's designed to do is keep you a little bit more comfortable, let you tighten up those wading boots a little bit better. It's just another way that Sims has made this G4Z an ultra premium wader. And that is it. That is the entire lineup of Sims waders. But wait, what about boot foots, you might be asking? Well, no one should be fishing boot foots anyway. I kid, sort of. Go watch our video on that. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more great wader reviews and other gear reviews in general, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out when you do it. If you have questions about any Sims wader, we have answers and fit suggestions, and any other help that you need, we can offer it. Just give us a call at 888-413-5211 or email us 24/7 at support@tridentflyfishing.com. I'm Ben. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.